Hello and welcome to NASCAR Race Weekend. I'm your host Richmond, and this is your 5 to 10 minute preview into this weekend's NASCAR race at North Wilkesboro Speedway, the return for the NASCAR Cup Series. To start off this weekend's preview into the race, to lead us in odds at plus 425 is Denny Hamlin. He has had success on short tracks, usually runs well, top 10, top 15, solid pick to win. He's also just leading the points. And speaking of the points, the man who swept both stages, won the race, and had an amazing points and has arguably got himself up into that regular season championship battle, Ryan Blaney follows him at plus 500. Unspeakable what they did to the field last week. And even with the rain delay in the middle of the race, Ryan Blaney took a cat nap, came back out, and destroyed everybody. Following him also at plus 500 is Kyle Larson in that 5 car. I believe they won the first race that we had here at the All-Star race back in 2024 when we came back to North Wilkesboro. And following him, the man that won it last year in the 20 car, Christopher Bell, also plus 500. Definitely somebody I would keep my eye out on, especially with that run that he had last weekend right near the end of Atlanta. So I would definitely keep my eye on Christopher Bell. And to round out our top 5 in odds, a man I'm surprised to see in the top 5 in odds. He had a good race weekend last weekend, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll translate over. He ran good here last year. Joey Logano in the 22 car rounds out the top 5 in odds. And if we look at the Cup standings, there's a full screen graphic up at the moment. We have Denny Hamlin still in the lead. Tyler Reddick had a good weekend at Echo Park Speedway, but not an amazing one. And he is 24 points behind Hamlin. But the man who's closed it in to one race behind, minus 65 points, Ryan Blaney, has reeled him in and has made himself a part of those big three now. Looking further on in the points, we have Ty Gibbs kind of solidifying himself in that 4th spot. I am still shocked by that. His consistency is unparalleled. He only has one win this season, but he just has not stopped running up there. I believe at the start of the season, there was a point where he had not finished outside the top 10. So absolutely amazing. And then behind him, the bloodshed sort of starts. We've got Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson right next to each other. Chris Buescher, Carson Hocevar, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, all of them are all together. Now, if we look, and then Daniel Suarez is right next to William Byron. If we look at the next slide over, our Chase cut line, we have Bubba Wallace, who is decent ways up, but you never know what can happen. Behind him, we've got some movement, Austin Cindric and SVG, and we have to figure out, can SVG get it done? There are 6 races left until the chase happens. He's got a buffer, but there's no more road courses. That's where he does the best. The question is, can he manage that gap and get good enough finishes at these tracks in order to make his way into the chase? Next to him, we've got Eric Jones and Joey Logano holding that cut line, seeing which one of those two will make it in, and then the guys that are all trying to get in and below him. Ryan Preece and Brad Keselowski, 2 RFK cars trying to fight for their way into the playoff, and right behind Brad K, Ross Chastain had a great week at Atlanta. He's going to work his way up into that conversation. And there's even a couple more guys not represented here, but Michael McDowell's 2 points behind Chastain, and 5 points behind Chastain is AJ Allmendinger. So there are still a couple guys that are outside the top 20 that aren't that far behind. So I know we only have Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick locked into the chase, but there are still lots of opportunities for those other 14 spots remaining. And normally where we would have a little bit of a talk about the previous winners to win at this track, we have not seen a Cup Series points-paying race at this track since Jeff Gordon last won it. So, not really relevant much anymore, but instead I will tell you about the schemes this week. We have Austin Cindric running a throwback to Rusty Wallace in the number 2 car. Amazing scheme, not quite my favorite. That number 4, I also love it. The A&W National Root Beer Float Day. Amazing scheme. Probably the only time Noah Gragson will get recognized this weekend, but by far my favorite scheme. I just love the colors of it. I mean, who cannot? That Coca-Cola Chris Buescher number 17 machine, stars and stripes all over it. We're a little bit past July 4th, but who cares? I think that thing looks fantastic and will look fantastic this weekend on the track. Well, the Truck Series race at North Wilkesboro just finished up not too long ago, and we saw Chandler Smith in the 38 truck win with the largest margin of victory at North Wilkesboro in the series history by a whopping 8.5 seconds over his teammate in the 34 truck, Lane Riggs. Absolute domination from that 38 team this weekend. But in other words, that 71 truck you're seeing on the scoring pylon there, SVG takes home a third on the short track. I know I was just talking about him earlier in the points. If he runs as well as he did in the trucks, he gets a top 10, top 15. He could very easily stay in that conversation for the chase and not have to worry too much about this race. Some other notable truck drivers in this race, we had Chase Elliott finish 7th in that 7 truck. Other than that, Corey Himes stepped back into the trucks, the number 5, to finish 9th. The truck points leader, Caden Honeycutt, finished in 11th. Just overall, looking at the race, I mean, other than the fact that Chandler Smith just dominated, everybody outside of the top 10 finished at least one lap down. The truck in 11th, all the way to the truck in 22nd, finished one lap down. 23rd on was 2, 3, 4 laps down to some other people that finished out. But I mean, just total domination, and it may be something to expect if we see one of those cars tomorrow during the race jump out to an early lead. Could put some laps on the pack. It's very easy to go a lap down here, which means it's also very easy to get trapped a lap down here. Now moving on to the final part of the video, who is on my fantasy team? Sitting in my garage for this week is Daniel Suarez. I really don't know. I'm a little unsure about him. I know he's been okay on short tracks. I've got a couple uses for him left, so I'm going to put him there at my garage. Moving into my 5 spot, I have Ross Chastain in the number 1 car. I've got a bunch of uses left for him, and he's currently sitting 20th in points. So if he's going to make a move to try to make it into the chase, he's got to start building momentum. So I think he's going to turn those jets on this week and try to make his push for the chase. Right in front of him in the 4 slot, I've got Todd Gilliland in the 34 car. He's got the pressure not only of the chase, but he's also going up against Chase Elliott, a short track connoisseur in the bracket. So I think Todd Gilliland is definitely going to be fighting for a solid finishing position. So I would have him in there. He's definitely going to be trying his best. I mean, they do every week, but this week especially to run up front. He's not going to be settling at North Wilkesboro. In my 3 spot, a guy who won at Bristol earlier this year, Ty Gibbs in the 54 car. I'm excited to see what he can do here at Bristol. Obviously, it's not the same, not high banked, but it's still a short track, and he's still in a Toyota. So I really think Ty Gibbs is a good shot this weekend at North Wilkesboro. In front of him in the number 5 Chevrolet, Kyle Larson. He ran here. I mean, as I said earlier, he won the 2024 All-Star race here. So you cannot count him out. And the man right in front of him, the winner of the 2025 All-Star race, my pick to win is Christopher Bell and that number 20 Toyota. He had an amazing weekend at Atlanta, got much needed points to stop the fall that he was occurring in the regular season standings. And I think that he takes it and turns around and keeps going and goes from a 2nd place finish to a 1st place finish this weekend at North Wilkesboro. Thank you so much for watching this weekend's video. Be sure to comment, who do you think is going to win this? Also, here in a second, some videos are going to pop up. Make sure to check it out, subscribe, and leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay rowdy.